Hey y'all, Big Tim here. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Old School and Bass with Big Tim. So everybody's talking about this coronavirus. I'm going to talk about it a little bit too. It's affecting a lot of things in fishing. It's affecting everybody personally, financially. I know a lot of people were upset that they canceled this weekend's upcoming Bass Nation tournament at Dale Hollow. And I just want to say my 2 cents about that. While I'm a little disappointed in the fact that I'm not going to be making my comeback this weekend, I think it's for the best. Last year when we had the tournament and I bowed out, I did go to the meeting. And I remember we were having the meeting inside in this little church. And I remember sitting out on the porch of that church and I'm thinking, man, I don't want to go in there. Somebody's liable to be sick, and this would be a great place to spread that. So this year, thinking about that meeting and coronavirus, you got people coming from all over the state of Kentucky and other states as far as that goes. And you never know who may have been exposed to the coronavirus. So when I think about that tournament this weekend, like I said, I'm a little disappointed I don't get to go fishing. I could go fishing anywhere at this point. So far, the ramps haven't been closed, but that is a possibility, very distinct possibility. The government's pretty much wanting to keep people indoors, secluded in their homes and everything else. And we have to take some things into consideration. If we were traveling to go fishing, let's say if I went to Dale Hollow, if I went to Cumberland, chances are very good that we're going to stop off somewhere and get something to eat. And, whoever we come in contact with, maybe we're carriers of coronavirus and don't know it yet. If we travel downstate, we've just moved the coronavirus from northern Kentucky down there. Or if we run into somebody at a restaurant or whatever, granted, I realize we can't go in and sit down and have a dinner in a restaurant, but we come into somebody that brings our carry-out out or something like that, we could easily bring the disease from there up to here. So there is a lot of possibilities that are happening with this. I'll be honest, sometimes at first I was thinking this is the biggest hoax that's ever been presented in this country. It very may well still be. At the same time, I'm also considering other possibilities, with the fact that, the powers that be are looking at, possible financial ruin, businesses closing, the stock market plummeting. There's a lot going on here. And sometimes I wonder if maybe there's something going on that they're really not telling us about. That's a conspiracy guy in me, but you never know. So I think it's better to be safe than sorry. I know, I'll look at Gerald Swindle. He and his wife went down to the Bassmaster Classic, and Lulu, as he calls her, came down ill. And, everybody's wondering, did she get the coronavirus? All the people that were there at the Bassmaster Classic could have easily transmitted a lot of the disease there. So who knows what's out there? Who knows, what's going to happen? Hopefully this thing fizzles, and I'll be happy to say it was a hoax, Sorry, we all got duped. That's the good thing. Hopefully we do get duped, to be honest with you. Hopefully it's not as bad as it could possibly be. But, like today, President Trump's actually considering the fact that he's calling himself a wartime president. This is a Chinese virus, and it's a means of war. Kind of scary stuff. So if you're complaining that you're not able to go fishing this weekend, I think you need to pull your big boy pants up and realize that maybe there's something bigger going on here. Just never know. And again, maybe we are hoaxed. Maybe we're all duped. That's a good thing if we are. That's the best possibility, I think. So, other people have followed suit too. Bass canceled their Chickamauga tournament. We talked about this at work a little bit. At Chickamauga, you've got bass and you have marshals. Those marshals are volunteers. You don't want to infect a volunteer. And bass is all about a nice big weigh-in too. So it's very serious to consider. FLW has kind of suspended operations. They're having their one tournament down at Logan Martin this weekend, but after that, they're pretty much suspending. So it's affecting all of us. Amazon even is, they're slowing their shipments down. They're only going to ship medical and cleaning supplies, stuff like that. Just got word today that Dick's Sporting Goods actually closed until April 1st, which that's going to affect a lot of my friends that I used to work with. So hopefully they can weather the storm okay. And hopefully, they're talking about that economic stimulus. Hopefully that comes through for a lot of those folks, waiters and waitresses, restaurant workers, people like that that are off work. They're not making any money. Hopefully that gets to them soon. That'd be a big help. I think about my parents. My parents are right now in Florida visiting with my aunt and uncle. I kind of hoped that they would stay down there a little bit longer. Maybe until this thing was to fizzle out. But they're going to try to fly home tomorrow. So one thing I begged my dad, get yourself a mask. You don't know who's on that plane, who might have a virus. They got to fly out of Orlando. And that's a hotbed for, just so many different people. You've got so many different nationalities, people from all over this country, all over other countries. Who knows who's going to get on their plane? So I begged him, get a mask. And for us fishermen, if you don't have a mask, consider a buff. You can get the buff and bring it up to your face. And it may not help a lot of the airborne germs, but, it would help some of them from coming in. Plus, it would help eliminate, if you happen to touch your face, you'd have that little barrier between your hands and your face. So a buff would really be a good idea to wear. If you're a fisherman or, you've got that, you know what I'm talking about. So hopefully we can all weather this storm pretty good. I know I'm still been working. I've been working a ton this week. I've just finished up 2 11-hour days in a row, followed by a 10-hour day. So we're trying to get Sportsman's Warehouse up and running here in Crescent Springs. Hopefully by Saturday. I don't know if that's going to happen. We still got a lot to do. I know they're shooting for it. Even though they're not going to have a grand opening sale, that's been postponed indefinitely because of the coronavirus. And we're just trying to get it open. I know guns and ammo are selling really well right now, so they kind of want to capitalize on that a little bit. But, I'm working a ton. I'd actually planned on having a video to release for you today that I'm going to release Monday. I'll tell you what it is now. We had a good friend last weekend who won the Bass Federation National Championship. His name is Lance Freeman, and he and I have been friends for a long time now, since about 2008. And he's one of the best young men I've ever met. And he was gracious enough to grant me an interview. We're going to post that probably Monday. That's when that's going to go. So we've got an interview with the 2020 Bass Federation National Champion. So that's pretty big. I'm real excited about that. I've already started editing a little bit. But with work, I just don't have time to get all the editing done. I work till 7 tonight. And I'm actually surprised I'm doing this video right now because I'm pretty dog tired. But anyway, we will weather this coronavirus. There will be more fishing to come. It's not like we're never going to fish again in our lives. We're just not going to fish in March. That's happened before for me, at least, with work and different things. It's not a pleasant deal, but we will weather this coronavirus. So thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check out Monday's episode with Lance Freeman. It'll be a good one. So we'll see you then.